In 2016, in his second season as a professional, he scored 20 goals to finish as the leading scorer of Colombia's second division at Deportivo Pereira. And at the international level, he scored 2 goals in his first 2 matches with the Colombian national team. I know you've looked up a lot of the stats, but there's a really interesting profile that we were able to uncover, and through his team and our team, come together and get this signing over the line. And hopefully, as we approach the midpoint in the season, really catapult us and elevate our game and connect with the rest of the players in the roster to not just get to the playoffs, but fight for that one playoff match. So with that, I'll turn it over to Coach Porter.
Jump into questions. We'll have Daniel and Eunice has mics. Just raise your hand. Jacob, feel free to jump in.
Caleb, there have been some big signings starting in the off-season and recently here at Baylor LAFC. How does this signing, I guess, just elevate the club and also kind of inject some life into the league a bit too?
Yeah, it's a massive signing for our club. When you look at his profile, the age, his recent form, it's a massive signing for the league as well. To get a young South American, 23 years old, who has proven himself in 2 of the top leagues in the world. We feel like he's just beginning as well in terms of his career. He's in his prime. I feel like he'll have his best years in his career here. There's a lot of thought that's gone into this signing. It takes a lot of people, as Tim pointed out. A lot of people deserve the credit. Bottom line is he's here, and hopefully soon you're going to see his impact on the pitch.
Go Jared in the back and go to Thomas.
Morning, Caleb. I have a question about how you go about this process with a player of this talent, the caliber, the resume. How you go about bringing him into a team concept. Obviously, this team has tremendous capability defensively. There's things you don't want to give up in exchange for that. Can you walk us through that process you'll go through of how you make sure you get the most out of this player?
Yeah, it's very important when you sign any player that it's a good fit. You know, I look at it a lot like puzzle pieces, and many times clubs sign players and you're not sure how they're going to fit, and oftentimes they don't fit. You know, so with the collaboration that we have, Tim, myself, the scouts, it's a great process that we go through, and there's a lot of depth and detail. It gets to the point where we signed Cucho, the profile.
Cucho, when you first saw the name on the list, who else was kind of in the running to sign him?
Look, this stacks up right with all the other signings. I think Caleb, he's signed quite a few players at Portland himself, and everyone's different, right? And I think as our league has evolved, there are certain moments in time where we were getting players in their prime from Europe, right? And Michael Bradley's, Javinko's, and Altidor's. But this one is different, so I put this right up there with them, maybe even higher, because he's a young player who's he's entering the prime of his career. He's played and seen what it's like to play against the top leagues in the world, and yet he's choosing MLS because he believes that's the best place for him in his career, and where he can shine and be the guy and score the goals and collaborate with the coach and other players. So it's really exciting because I'm not sure it's happened before in this way, and so it really is emblematic, I think, of where this club is and where this league is.
Time for just a couple more questions before we turn it over to Cucho. Go ahead, Jacob.
Tim, just how the first few days kind of gone since he's gotten here. What have you guys done as a club to try to welcome him and integrate him to the group?
They've gone very well. I mean, obviously, we were in Toronto with the first team, and the way the timeline set up. He arrived on Wednesday, and there was a welcome celebration as part of the game watch for our match in Toronto. And I'll just really thank our staff for coordinating the event. There's, again, a lot of work behind the scenes to set things like this up so that the player feels comfortable, so that he feels welcome, and that his focus can really start to be about taking care of his body, getting acclimated. He was over in Europe for a few days and just being prepared for training next week, right? And at the end of this, it's about getting on the field, kicking the ball, introducing himself to the rest of the team. And so the first few days have gone very well. There's a lot of baseline testing that we do to make sure that we have a good understanding of where he's at physically. And then from there, over the next couple of days, then Caleb can start to figure out how we're going to work him into the team.
When he gets into the team, you have about half a season left. How do you envision this signing kind of lifting maybe the atmosphere kind of in the stadium down the stretch here and lifting the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it signals our intent to compete with the top leagues in MLS. And, we have the coach, we have the players, we have the environment. And so a player like this helps with the confidence with the team. I think there's a standard that it sets in training every day, and Caleb can talk more about that. But for us, it's about the caliber player and how it can lift the team through an MLS. It's a difficult summer, right? The congestion has just started, and you need not just Cucho and Lucas and Darlington, but we need a whole team. And as you saw, players stepping up like Sean and Jason. I mean, there's a collective group that will have to come together, not just Cucho, but a collective group in order to achieve what we want to achieve this year. And he's just a part of it, but he should fit in nicely.
Any other questions for Tim or Caleb?
Yeah.
Jordan and then Stu. Perfect.
Caleb, this one's for you. Year anniversary of Lower.com on Sunday. Cucho will be announced. It feels like each year this team is doing something to up the level. What do you expect that announcement of him at the stadium and that welcome to look like on Sunday?
I think you've seen our team the last 4 games with the results we've been getting, that the signing of Cucho, even though he's not on the pitch yet, has really lifted our locker room and lifted our group. And we have 2 wins and 2 draws, 4 games unbeaten, 3 of those on the road. So we feel like we're defending really well. Our mentality is excellent right now. We know we need to create and score more goals. But I think the guys know how we're going to do that. And, last game we scored 2 goals without Cucho. Lucas back into the team, Pedro starting to get more fit. You can see a little the short term what we're trying to do, but also if you're reading between the lines, you can see a little bit the long-term vision of where he might fit in. So on the road, we've been very good recently. We need to, in this last half of the year, put more of a marker down on our home pitch that this is going to be a place where no one's coming in to get points off us.
Stu, the last question.
This is for both of you. With the way the team's been playing lately, and then all the young players where they're emerging, and then also bringing in Cucho, you guys got to be very optimistic.
We're always optimistic, but it takes work, right? It takes work and focus. And MLS is a really, really difficult league, and the Eastern Conference is extremely competitive. But what you've seen over the last few games, you've seen the confidence and the grittiness and the unity in order to have success. And so we plan for that to continue, and Cucho to just help us take it up even one more notch.
Wonderful. All right, we'll take a moment here and reset. That'll conclude the first part here. I'm going to ask Tim and Caleb to come over to the side and get some things in.
Thank you.
Alright, so as we get reset here, I want to make sure cameras in the back are feeling good. If anyone needs to move, just great. A reminder, Carlos will be here to translate. Eunice and Daniel will have their mics. Just look to me and I will get you started. Thank you very much, and we'll begin Q&A portion with a question from Jacob.
Hello, Cucho, welcome to Columbus. What just set MLS apart for you in making your decision?
¿Qué fue lo que hizo que dirigiera el MLS?
Me gustó mucho el proyecto.
I really liked the project.
Isa me comentó el proyecto del club.
Isa told me about the project, the vision for the club.
Me encantó.
I loved it.
Cómo me trataron, el interés que tenían de que yo viniera aquí.
I love the way they treated me, the interest that they had in bringing me here.
Y estoy muy feliz. Las instalaciones, el estadio, todo esto.
I'm very happy to strength facility, the stadium, everything.
Y espero ser muy feliz aquí.
I hope to be very happy here.
Usama, and then Maria in the back. Yep, I got you.
Hola Cucho, bienvenido a Columbus. Un par de preguntas para ti. La primera, ¿cómo sientes, cómo manejas la responsabilidad extra de ser hasta ahora el fichaje más caro en la historia del club y en necesidad de goles? Y la segunda, ¿cómo manejas los comentarios del hecho de que mucha gente piense que el salto de Europa hacia la Major League Soccer puede ser un retroceso, sobre todo en el nivel de la selección? Gracias.
The pregunta, basically the question was, how do you deal with the pressure of being the most expensive transfer in club history, and how do you deal with the idea that sometimes going from Europe to MLS can be a step back?
Bueno, sobre la primera pregunta, claramente el proyecto y el interés que había sobre mí y el saber que era el fichaje más caro me hizo tomar la decisión de venir.
So for the first question, clearly knowing what the project was, knowing that it was the most expensive signing, made me want to come here.
Estoy muy feliz porque me siento muy valorado y
I'm very happy because I feel very valued,
espero recompensar todo lo que han hecho por mí dentro del campo.
and I hope to be able to repay everything they've done for me within the field.
Sobre la segunda pregunta,
To the second question, so second question,
creo que no es un retroceso. La MLS está creciendo mucho.
I don't think it's a step back. I think MLS is growing a lot.
Los estadios, los centros deportivos, los jugadores que están viniendo ahora son top.
Stadiums, the training facilities, the players that are coming here are all top.
Y creo que es una liga muy competitiva.
I think it's a very competitive league.
Y nada, quiero venir a hacer el mejor trabajo y a marcar muchos goles, es lo que espera la gente.
And I want to do the best job that I can and score a lot of goals, which is what people expect from me.
So Maria in the back. Maria.
Hi, welcome to Columbus. Have you had a chance to go around, see the city since you've been here, the last couple of days? What do you think of it? And secondly, what message do you have for crew fans?
Primero, que si has tenido la oportunidad de explorar aquí en Columbus, que es la ciudad, y la segunda pregunta es ¿cuál mensaje tienes para los hinchas?
Bueno, la primera pregunta, me encanta la ciudad.
The first question, I love the city.
Es muy tranquila, no es muy grande, es parecida a mi ciudad de donde vengo yo.
It's not very big, it's very peaceful, it's just like the city that I grew up in.
No me gusta el tráfico. Así que estoy muy feliz y espero conocer mucho más de esta linda ciudad.
So I'm very happy and I hope to get to know more of this beautiful city.
Y la segunda pregunta.
Un mensaje para los hinchas.
No, el mensaje es agradecer el recibimiento que me han dado.
To the fans, the message is I want to thank them for the welcome that they've given me.
Ha sido increíble, es un sueño hecho realidad para mí que me reconozcan el trabajo.
It's been incredible to me. It's a dream come true that they recognize my work.
Y, como dije anteriormente, espero recompensar dentro del campo, marcar muchos goles y darle muchas alegrías.
And as I said before, I hope to be able to pay them on the field, score a lot of goals, and give them a lot of joy.
Juan, and then Thomas, and then Jacob.
Bienvenido, Cucho. Es un placer saludarte. Realmente ya casi respondiste todas tus responsabilidades que tienes con el equipo, pero te pregunto algo, ¿de dónde sale el Cucho?
The question was, well, Cucho, you've obviously answered a lot of questions about responsibilities, but I do have one more question for you. Where does Cucho come from?
Cerebrero, resumido, cuando estaba pequeño, tenía 7 años, mis padres me cortaban el cabello igual al Cucho Cambiaso.
I'll be brief. In summary, when I was 7, my parents used to cut my hair the same way as Cucho Cambiaso.
Entonces el entrenador de mi escuela de fútbol me llamó un día así y así empezaron a llamar mis compañeros también y desde los 7 años tengo el apodo.
And then my trainer from my academy began to call me that, as well as my teammates, and from then on I had the nickname.
Thomas. Thomas.
Hola, welcome. 2 questions. What did you know about the crew before they reached out, and then what did you do to familiarize yourself with the team?
¿Qué sabías del club antes de que alcanzaran aquí, que te hablan contigo, y después qué hiciste para aprender más sobre el club?
Bueno, conocí al club porque últimamente estaba siguiendo la MLS.
I knew about the club because lately I've been following MLS.
Justo también antes de saber el interés del club, ya sabía mucho de los equipos.
Before the team reached out to me, I knew a lot about the teams.
Claramente cuando me enteré de que querían traerme aquí, empecé a mirar fotos de la ciudad, del club, del estadio, de los fans.
When I found out that they began to reach out to me, I began to look at photos of the city, of the stadium, of the fans.
Y me llamó mucho la atención el buen ambiente, se siente que es una familia muy unida.
I really like the environment. You can tell that it's a very united family.
Y que trabajan todos por un mismo objetivo y yo soy una pieza más que viene a aportar.
That they all work towards the same goal, and I'm just one more piece that's here to assist and help.
Cucho, how important was it for you to go somewhere where you could be the guy, the top goal scorer, and also maybe then get back regularly into the Colombian national team and be closer to family where they could come see you play?
Son 3 preguntas. Quiero saber qué tan importante era para ti el ser una figura importante, goleador importante del equipo. Qué tan importante era el que eso te ayudara para tal vez regresar a la selección de Colombia. Y entonces la pregunta, qué tan importante es estar cerca de casa.
Bueno, la primera pregunta, ¿el sueño de estar en la selección sigue intacto?
So the first question, my dream of being in the national team remains within reach.
Sé que con el buen trabajo del equipo y con la aportación que yo haga,
It'll depend on the team doing a good job and what I'm able to assist the team with,
poder estar en la selección
so I can reach the national team
y cumplir el sueño de estar ahí cada vez que me llaman.
and the dream of being there with the national team every time that I get a call up. La segunda pregunta era qué tan importante era ser el goleador máximo.
Importantísimo, porque si en lo personal me salen las cosas bien, me marco muchos goles, seguro que al equipo también le irá bien y estaremos ahí luchando por ganar.
As far as being the main goal scorer, it was very important to me because I think that if I do well and the team does well, we'll be able to succeed together.
Pero soy un jugador que piensa primero en el equipo y trabajaré primero para todos y si viene de la mano los goles, bienvenidos.
But I'm a player that thinks about the team first, and if the goals come, then that's even better.
Right behind you, then Jordan, and then Jared in the back. If you would like a question after Jared, please flag me, and we'll start to wrap up.
Bienvenido a Columbus, una de las primeras radios latinas. Queríamos preguntarte, ¿qué sientes de la afición latina recibiéndote el miércoles? Y no solamente eso, sino qué palabras tienes para ellos y cómo te ha recibido también el equipo, porque sabemos que te han tratado muy bien.
The question was, how do you feel about the welcome that the Hispanic community gave you here and also the welcome that the team has given you?
El recibimiento ha sido increíble. La afición hispana de Columbus me ha recibido muy bien.
The welcome has been incredible. Hispanic fans of Columbus have treated me quite well.
Les agradezco la ilusión que tienen hacia mí.
I really appreciate the way they've acted towards me.
Y espero darle muchas alegrías, por supuesto.
And I hope to give them a lot of joys, of course.
¿Y cuál es la otra? Disculpa.
¿Cómo te ha recibido el equipo?
El equipo me ha recibido muy bien. Se nota que hay chicos excepcionales.
The team has received it quite well. You can tell us a lot of exceptional players here.
Hay mucha humildad, muchas ganas de trabajo.
There's a lot of humility, a lot of people who are wanting to work hard.
Y esto me encanta porque me identifico con esta filosofía del club.
And I love that because I identify with that philosophy that the club has.
Y bueno, pronto haré seguro muchos amigos y se notará dentro del campo.
And I'm sure that'll make a lot of friends, so you'll be able to tell on the field.
Cucho, do you only play for yellow teams?
El amarillo me queda bien.
Yellow looks good on me.
That's not really my real question, but I do laugh. When you were looking at the team, there are pieces of this team that can help you as a goal scorer score a lot of goals. What players stood out for you as to, hey, I can't wait to play with these players?
Cuando estás viendo el equipo, ¿qué jugadores fueron los que viste que crees que te pueden ayudar para meter goles y jugadores con quienes no puedes esperar a jugar con ellos?
Creo que hay una respuesta que todos quieren.
I think there's an answer that everyone wants.
Que es con Lucas.
And that's Lucas.
Me encanta cómo juega, tiene mucha calidad.
Love the way that he plays. He has a lot of quality.
Y sé que nos podemos entender muy bien.
And then we can understand each other well.
Con Santos también.
Santos as well.
Me gusta su forma de jugar.
I like the way that he plays.
Y hay muchos jóvenes que lo están haciendo muy bien.
There are a lot of young players that are also performing quite well.
Y por último, me gusta mucho la solidez defensiva.
I really like the defensive steadiness the team has.
La agresividad y el trabajo hasta el final.
How aggressive they are and the fact that they work till the end.
Very good. We'll put Jared in the back and that'll likely be our last question.
Bienvenidos. A question about fitting in on a new team. You've gone through that process before. How do you go about becoming the best version of yourself while also being the best teammate you can be?
La pregunta es sobre cómo encajas dentro del equipo. Obviamente has encajado dentro de equipos nuevos antes. ¿Cómo puedes ser la mejor versión de ti mismo, al igual que ser una buena versión de jugador de equipo?
No, yo creo que todo empieza en querer hacerlo, en trabajar e incorporarme rápido a lo que el equipo quiere.
I think it all starts with me wanting to work hard and incorporate myself into what the team wants.
Quien debe acoplarse soy yo y no el equipo a mí, por supuesto.
I need to adjust to the team, and the team does not need to adjust to me, of course.
Y creo que hay muy buenos jugadores para hacer algo bonito esta temporada.
I think there's a lot of players who can do something beautiful this season.
Tengo mucha ilusión de ganar.
I have high hopes of winning.
Y bueno, ya nos veremos.
And we'll see each other on the field soon.
I want to thank everyone. I specifically want to thank Cucho and Carlos for his time. That'll wrap our media availability. Thanks to everyone for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Daniel.